Do it. Do it. Do it now. Meanwhile, new technologies. We finished both of those. We're going to go ahead and get the mechanized, because that will double the hardness of my motorized divisions. And then... June 1940. We're not really using artillery, though we certainly could. We haven't actually put logistics companies in anything yet. I think I'm going to start building some of these, because once I have maybe 100 convoys, I would say that's probably going to be enough. Whoa, Sweden! Coming back in a big way! The heck happened here? Sweden, land of the comebacks, apparently. Meanwhile, you're right, Russia is getting pummeled on the Eastern Front. Probably because I'm doing such a good job holding the German flank against the French that the Germans can afford to send units to the Eastern Front. He was saying, as there is a huge assault undertaken. There's the fall of Petrograd. The great Russian city built by Peter the Great was captured today. Russian defenders initially held back the Russian army across the Neva River, but a few days ago those positions fell. Now, sustained cannon fire on Vasilevsky Island has put the last defenders out of their misery. Some military tacticians say that with proper defence the city could have held out for years, but the Russian momentum carried them through the city faster than that. And it is 1940. Could get next excavation early. What did we just finish researching? I feel like it was an industry thing. Do it. And now we're going to start working on the actual infrastructure. Denmark pushed the strait. Yes, they did. Well played, Denmark. Saving Sweden. Well, the two nations love each other, really, so it's not that surprise. Alright. How are we doing with gaining traits and things? 51% organizer. So as long as they keep on pushing me like this, it's just a gold mine for experience. So Ernst Junge should be gaining it very, very quickly. If anyone's going to kick the Sweden's ass, it's going to be us. Yeah. They just did it so they could hold the Swedes for the next century. How did poor Denmark keep control of Sweden and Norway for so long? The Norwegian army alone was always larger than Danish. Are you talking historically or now? Also... Oh, I was going to say that's a cut-off, but they actually have Norrköping and also Karlskrona. So it's not quite a cut-off, but that's a significant investment in troops to take this. And I guess that Petrograd was held by Finland? Or else they just took it back again. I think they just took it back. Well, there is one attack here that's not going so well, but elsewhere... Oh no, it just turned green. We're fine. I'm quite happy that France is feeling so confident they can just attack me on such a wide front and lose. We've lost 60,000 troops so far. We actually have a surprisingly large economy. We have the second largest in the Reichspakt, after Germany, by one factory. We beat Ukraine by one factory. Sweden might be bigger if they take the rest of Sweden back. Denmark is indeed strong. France stupid. Well, France is on the offensive here, so they kind of have to attack. The longer Germany stays around, the stronger Germany gets in comparison. And there we go. We are now starting to work on infrastructure. We do have pretty crazy construction capability. Well, actually, it's not that crazy. 25% faster than usual. From the free trade in the 1940 budget. Only really 10% faster than my usual. Liberia beaten France, that's true. Need to be careful, otherwise I'll have a border with me. Although I will laugh so hard if that happens, that they do get a border with me, because then I can push them back and I take all that land from France. We're not in the same faction. I don't give it back. That is now Mittelafrikan turf. African Landtag. So we can't do the autonomous kingdoms. I can't do these, I'm not at peace. Unless that's a bypass. Well, we can get the free stability and war support at the very least. War support, that gets me over 80. That means I could do total mobilization. For too long, our Schutztruppe have operated in military fashion despite not being part of the German military. Though they displayed outstanding bravery during the Weltkrieg, they are a police force, not an occupying army. It's time they acted like it. Minus 7k manpower. 70k, actually. And, I have loads. I'm still on volunteer only, FYI. 1940 volunteer only. 300,000 manpower in the bank, it's plenty. However, Spain is not looking too hot, so I think the Entente is losing in Europe. They are winning in India, though. This is a grind. This has taken them way longer than I expected. Am I still end-leasing? No, we're good. Qing and Fentian still... This is the biggest stalemate I've seen. This border has not changed at all. This is the front line, and it has been since the start. Qing's at a war with Japan, though, right? No, Hunan, Zhongxi, and Shandong. Oh no, those are our allies. At war with Yunnan and at war with Fentian. Is something happening in Italy? No. This is pretty much a stalemate as well. It's the... I was going to say the full force of the Austrians, but it's not. It's just Austrian and Bulgarian volunteers. Well, the Prussia of the Balkans are there. I can't see how they could possibly lose. I will take your advice, poet, and get the atomic research so we can get the faster research speed. Although I am a little questioning about how useful that technology actually is, seeing as it takes longer than a year to research. And it doesn't lead to anything else useful for me. Although, that being said, rocket launchers. You don't use tungsten, do you? Oh no, you do. You actually use more tungsten. So you know what? Playing as Portugal, should have gone for a rocket launcher army. Now I know. Nukes are always useful though. You can nuke Moscow if you've got them. I really don't like using nuclear weapons in this game, because then the AI starts using them. Okay, so we are waiting for that focus to finish. This will cost 100. Then... no women in the workforce. Okay, maybe I won't use total mobilization, because I would effectively have to get to extensive conscription to counteract that. Yeah, I don't think it's worth getting total mobilization. So I don't think I'll bother. Instead, I will use the political power for something else. Probably the material designer, so I can get some more soft attack out my infantry forces. Why am I on speed 4? I mean, I can turn it down if you want me to. Speed 2, how's that? I'm sure that's what you meant. Need the real-time mod. I mean, if things are moving too quickly for you, still too fast. Alright, you got me. Touche. Is the camera fuzzy? I was just thinking that. Yeah, it looks a bit, doesn't it? It's because my settings have turned off again. So is it that one? I don't know what it is with the focus on this camera sometimes. That's fuzzy. That look. See, I just turned it like super fuzzy, then just turned it back to where it was. Chris Mordred's back. And please do shout out if it looks fuzzy. Like, whenever I'm streaming, it's a bit harder for me to catch because my preview is very small. So it looks crisper for me than it would for you. Am I missing infantry equipment for garrisons or something else? I'm missing infantry equipment for these guys training. But they're set on lowest priority, so any guns I am producing are going to my armies. And these guys are pretty well equipped. They're fine. I mean, we're taking constant attrition because the French keep on attacking us, or something. How's our efficiency? It's not great. Once this infrastructure is done, we'll probably need to go back to building military factories to ratchet up the quality of my... that's what I was looking for. I wanted to see if Sweden's economy has grown. Nope, it's actually shrunk. So yes, we are undisputedly the second largest industrial power in the Reichspakt. After Germany. Quite a long way behind Germany, though. No, Germany stage has caught and overtaken us. No, they haven't. We're ahead. How have you got 47? It's probably through trade. Yeah, you'll be selling rubber. I should be selling rubber. My rubber's better than your rubber. It's closer. I am selling quite a lot. I'm selling half of it. Selling all of the steel, mostly to Egypt and Germany. Still no chromium. Selling all of the tungsten. That's interesting. Oil? Most of the oil. Actually a little surprised I'm not selling more rubber. I guess it is the fact that we still have Germany East Asia means that rubber supplies are actually really plentiful for our faction. That's a cut-off. Not cut off, but cut in half. That's an isolation right there. Yeah, Spain's in trouble. Oh. But Swansea is Canadian. Non-aggression with the Australasians and with New England. What is New England doing? How is New England doing? What are New England doing? We can't see. So New England in the latest update was one of the ones that got a new focus tree. In fact, were they the only one? Did anyone else? Only New England. There you go. Dominican Republic took one state. Haiti was annexed. And we have enough political power for volunteer only. That's not what I'm interested in, though. I just want the material designer. In fact, before 1941, I also kind of want the tank designer. Medium tanks. Really? I've been doing light tanks. Well, Wibble. Okay, that's less of a priority then. Meanwhile, we're on the outskirts of Moscow already. Oh, you've got promoted. Level 4. Nice. Infantry expert. Definitely sounds to me like a good plan. 82 experience. Is there another spirit I want? Bayonet strength. Infantry experience gained from combat. Infantry unit design cost. Political power, conscription law. Planning speed, command power, commander abilities, cavalry, entrenchment, army experience, command power, doctrine cost. I'm thinking bayonets. 10% more experience gain means that you should regain that 35 experience pretty quickly. And then top level, preserve the German order. Organization. Do that one as well. I also have a remarkable amount of air experience. My aeroplanes aren't dead yet. That's even more remarkable. Why do I feel like you're not gaining a lot of experience here? Stop training you for a little bit. I'm going to speed this up to 5. This is going very slowly. There ain't a lot happening. It's a giant stalemate, and I'm not doing any technologies that could break that stalemate. I'm just kind of hoping to wear the enemy down through attrition. France has not yet lost 1 million. Germany's lost 1.6, so in terms of attrition, we are losing. Germany stage has overtaken me in factories again. The competition is real. Although I'm not building any factories. The Kingdom of Spain has capitulated, and now we're going to have an influx of Central America joined Third International units coming after us. Fall of Gibraltar. Reports from Gibraltar confirm the fortress has been captured by the Communard troops after rapid landings and skirmishes along the coast, with fighting moving towards the Rock of Gibraltar itself. Spanish forces put up a stiff resistance, hoping to delay the Communard invaders for as long as possible, but they were eventually beaten back. And Carlists are gone. Portugal's going to go soon. Portugal's going to go soon. What's going to happen to this? Just in case that goes... No, this should... Is this going to stay Portuguese? France is legit losing to Liberia. That's embarrassing, France. And yeah, that's it. I'm done. Can't get to this because we don't have autonomous kingdoms. Can't get to this because I'm at war. So no election. And the reason I didn't want to do the election, by the way, is this. Because it just splits our entire nation up. And I don't get the puppets Germany does. That was the reason. I remember now. Alright, let's get some more tungsten and steel. No, tungsten and chromium. Go! Do it. Do it now. That also comes with 100% excavation research. I have just 2 remaining, so that last one's going to be a bit wasted. So it goes. Depth charge thrower. Working our way towards the better submarine hunters. Oh, here comes the massive French invasion, which we were kind of expecting. It should also come a massive wave of experience. Yep, there it is. Whoosh. Okay, their attack did not last very long. The Ottoman line's making you anxious. Hejaz has joined the Cairo Pact. Persia and the Ottomans have made peace. The Ottomans have made peace. The Ottomans lost. And now we're probably going to see a communist Ottomans arise, because that always happens. Meanwhile, the attack on Moscow is occurring. And it's not looking good for Russia. There it is. Ukraine has taken Moscow. I feel like for the sake of the run, it's acceptable to console command those focuses. Yeah, and I probably will. Quite liked having industry and stuff. I'll do it when superior resource extraction is finished. Speaking of which, our infrastructure upgrades are ongoing, which will mean that we have more stuff to export. Portugal has capitulated. Yes, it did go to come into France. Invade! Rapido! The fall of Lisbon. Reports from Lisbon confirm the Portuguese city has been captured by advancing Communard forces after skirmishes through the Sierra de Monsanto in a rapid push towards the mouth of the Tagus River. Portuguese forces put up stiff resistance, hoping to delay the Communard forces for as long as possible, but they were eventually beaten back. How much until Russia sues for peace? Not until the Urals, I would imagine. Same as usual for Russia. Why do we need to proceed with our political tree? Because we are currently 11% paternal autocrat, and we'd quite like to have an election so that one of these guys could win. How did you prevent the explosion of your country? Got rid of Goebbels. Sonderkraftfahrzeug is done. And that means my motorized is now tougher. It's ahead of time, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Right, you lot need to be on there. We've taken all the ports though, so they can't possibly take this land back again. And just attack. Just attack. Take from them everything! Oh, you know what? You don't actually have an attack order, so you don't know what you're attacking. Now you do. Oh, bloody hell. Already got him. Well done. Beat me to it. The Russians are counter-invading. I mean, they're certainly trying. Fall of Rome. So instead of fighting Liberia, France is going for Rome. Okay. Today, a general commanding French forces secured the surrender of the Eternal City. For days beforehand, French troops had fought through the suburbs, and while some of the swampy areas were still under Italian control, the major highway through the centre of Rome and the Vatican was completely locked down. Moscow was a trap, like for Napoleon. Excavation 4. Let's go and get assembly line production. Keep that output going, because right now my output kind of sucks. Which is why my equipment numbers aren't looking amazing. Yeah, we have a minus 20 to output. Which even the might of free trade cannot quite counter. Ephesus. What am I this time? We are Mittelafrika. Meanwhile, the French are still just throwing themselves against our lines, and I'm perfectly happy just throwing them back again. And you know, I think I'm going to go ahead and start deploying some of these units and just sending them to Europe. Your job is to join them. You have leveled up. You have a trait which you're going to save, because you're going to get Logistics Wizard any minute now. And we could probably do with buying in some more oil from Venezuela. Now that I know what convoys are, we can do this. Boom. Thanks, Portugal. Fortunately, we didn't get these bits, but It's okay. I forgive you. Now, what else do I need to do? It's also possible to survive the explosion, but it's pretty hard. Oh, you mean if things actually explode and then you reunite everything? How do you even do that? And there it is, Canada declared war on the Commonwealth of America. So the Entente's about to lose bigly. Unless they somehow manage to capitulate the Commune of France and Britain in that time, but I don't think they will. However, if we take out Russia and manage to turn Russia's resources against Commune of France and Britain, then I think we'll be alright. A big part of this is just holding the line against the constant French attacks, because they're just bleeding themselves in this process. Although Germany is still losing a lot of stuff. Alright, so we've got our focus finished. 20 more steel would be very nice, but I think what I'm going to do here is we're going to cheat our way through. I don't remember what the console commands are. Where's my list of hoi for console? There it is. Focus.autocomplete, isn't it? And then there's another one, which is allowing the focuses, no checks, that was it. Oh, that was a bypass. So it really was just the autonomous kingdoms I needed. Okay, cool. And all I needed for this one was no war? No, I needed no war for this one. Oh, and it changed what it did. It releases Nigeria, Zambezia, and Kenya. And Buganda, Urundi, Rwanda, Garangi, and Ashanti. And then this one I can just do normally, now that we are no longer bound by the previous line. The official language of our administration is Swahili, but there are a few opportunities to learn it elsewhere, not to mention the hundreds of other native languages used in Africa. We have a steady supply of competent administrators. We should encourage German universities to train specialists in African cultures and languages. Alright, so what did we lose? Quite a lot. Oh, we lost Nigeria, so we don't have the oil anymore. Oh, yeah, I was going to read them. That's a good point. Some areas of Africa are not suitable for white settlement, and our rule is particularly dependent on the goodwill of the local rulers. Rather than trying to coordinate, we should just grant them greater independence and autonomy, though naturally with ourselves as suzerain. So are they my puppet? Are they the... No, they are German puppet. Also, I need to sort out occupations, because we do have a few now. Although civilian oversight seems to be fine. And then the other one, restore self-British rule, though this one did not... No, it did happen. Hang on, I think I did things a bit too quickly there. You're a Susan now. At least I'm not a Karen, it's fine.